City of West Miami Parks and Rec Advisory Board meeting. The date is Wednesday, December 7th, and it is set at 6:10 p.m. Madam Clerk? Right. We have Alex start us off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Bien.
Madam, next item.
Yes, roll call. Ivan Chavez Jr., Recreation Committee Chair.
Here.
Miguel Casanova.
Here.
Ivan Chavez Sr.
Present.
Alexander Diaz.
Here.
Zachariah Evangelista.
Here.
Marcos Lopez is excused. Maria Elena Salazar excused. Next item is item 4, approval of minutes for November 2nd, 2022 Recreation Advisory Board Workshop.
Okay, a motion.
Motion. Second.
A motion and a second.
All in favor?
All right.
Any against? Item approved. Under item 5, old business, none. On item 6, new business. Item 6A, discussion, review, and approval of capital improvement plan for recreation center and Cooper Park.
Mr. Chair, if I may, on this item, we have here a special guest, Ana Ramon, who was a lifetime resident until recently of the city of West Miami, my neighbor. I love her son. I have a lot of fond memories of you and your family, and so what I'd like to do, see if you would consider giving her an opportunity to, she looked at the facility drawing a little bit and she has an idea of what the wellness center is going to look like, and I think there's no one better qualified than her to give us some parameters to work with on how to equip it, how to manage it, how to either purchase equipment or lease equipment. And I know, Alex, you had brought that up at a prior meeting as well, and Anna and I have talked about it. So I think we have time to put off the capital improvement plan until after the calendar year begins, only because we have to move forward with organizing the comprehensive plan, the process for the comp plan. But we have a little bit of time to work with that. So I would really hone in on the wellness center tonight, if there are no objections.
Great by me, and then on the agenda for tonight's commission meeting, we'll just defer that item.
Yes, sir.
You have the floor.
Okay, so basically mostly in regards to the equipment, I was talking to a couple of the people, my contacts that I've had the opportunity to work with throughout the years. There's one particular contact he still works at LA Fitness, but he also does gyms. He actually owned one for a while.
So for the record, before you get into it, would you spell your name or state your name for the record
Anna
and your address?
Remond, Remond as in David, and the address is 6261 Southwest 20th Terrace, Miami, Florida 33155.
For the record as well, maybe she can give us a little bit of her background, just to.
Oh, okay. So I've been in the fitness industry since 1971. Empecé con My Fair Lady. In Coral Gables, I was 15. Yes, My Fair Lady. From that, I did Jack LaLanne's. From Jack LaLanne's, then it became Bally's. And later on, Bally's then became LA Fitness, and then LA Fitness bought Bally's out. So that was my trajectory throughout my life. I've been married. I actually met my husband at Universal on 8th Street. That was after LA Fitness. I mean, after
Universal Fitness.
My Fair Lady. It was there on 8th Street on 55th,
55th maybe?
Yeah.
55th.
Yeah, my mom even worked there one time. So I met my husband there. I got married in 77. I have 2 kids. Been married ever since, and been in the fitness industry ever since. So I guess when I pick something, I stick to it, huh?
That's it.
Yeah. And now, with the pandemic, like I was telling you before, I became a realtor, and that's what I'm currently doing.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. So basically, after having the conversation, there are different options. Leasing is an option. Usually when you get your best leasing discounts is when you're doing something in a large scale, and we're going smaller scale here. There's also the option to buy. If you buy, it's usually a 5-year warranty that you get with the equipment, or there's also a pre-owned. Some of these pre-owned machines are basically like new. There could be a combination of both. Because, for example, usually free weights, the benches, the plates, the dumbbells, that takes a lot of wear and tear. So that would definitely have to be new or leased, because you want that to be new. But the things like the cardio equipment, which you definitely want to go with Life Fitness, because that's what really most people like, and that's what most gyms offer, and people are looking for that. That you can either do new or pre-owned, and some pre-owned are basically new. It's usually somebody buys it for a gym, it doesn't make it, it flops a year later, and that equipment has barely been used. My proposal is to put different things together. Like, this is how much this would be if it's all new. This is what you're looking at, this type of equipment, that other type of equipment. You have a question?
What's the warranty factor in when it's pre-owned? Does it transfer over?
It's 5 years also.
5 years?
Yes, you get the same 5 years. And then after, with the cardio equipment, you have techs that can fix that. With your free weights, that's of course not an issue unless something's loose on a bench or something like that. With your conditioning equipment, it's usually those things last forever. If anything ever goes, it's either one of the bands or something's loose or something like that. So, it's 5 years either way with the new or the old.
The cardio equipment, does the warranty include a service plan for that, or, because for the most part, any mechanical things break,
Yes.
those can be fixed. You don't need some type
Right,
of
the
certification.
mechanical is easy.
The one with the electrical,
Yes.
I see a lot of the cardio equipment is what
Programming.
goes down.
Do they require regular maintenance on it? Adjustment of the equipment?
There's really not a lot of maintenance other than keeping it clean and dust-free and that type of thing on these machines. As far as the 5-year warranty, they would probably have a troubleshooter. I'm not exactly sure if they would send one of their people out to repair it or not, but I can look into that. That's a good question, but I don't know the answer to.
Because when you go to the gyms, most of what goes down is the cardio equipment.
It's
The
cardio.
treadmills,
Yes,
Of course.
yes.
anything with electronics
Got a
and
lot of moving parts too.
A
That's
lot
what
of
I'm asking.
moving parts.
the rest of that stuff, we can tighten a bolt or
Yeah.
tighten a cable.
Exactly. And there's a lot of techs that work in this area. Techs that work for LA Fitness, for UFit, they do work on the side too. And you call them and they charge a flat fee, and they'll come to your gym and they'll fix whatever, and that's all they do. So they're very familiar.
I have a question, if I may ask. Where do you find good pre-owned equipment? Do they go back to the seller, or, the city is very limited as to its procurement policy. We can't buy off of OfferUp or anything like that, or Amazon.
No, it's
Amazon for used equipment.
no. It would come from a company that
It would
the equipment was sent back to them, whether it was somebody that bought it or leased it or whatnot. But before they're able to resell it, they have to make sure that it's in perfect working condition
I
to
see.
avoid the lawsuits. Yeah, you can't take used stuff and put it in a public facility.
Okay.
Our steps, when we got new steps for the step aerobics class, the members would be like, "Oh, can I have your steps? You're gonna throw them out anyway." We couldn't give them away because if something happened to the person with the
You're
step,
liable.
then LA Fitness would be liable because we gave them a step that was warped or whatnot. So yes, you have to be very careful with that, and that's something that I can definitely find out exactly where they're getting it from. But if it has a 5-year warranty and it's coming from a reputable company, that would not be, the issue
Right,
at all.
right.
Right.
Okay.
What else? So, Yeah, with the free weights, of course, that would be new, there's no problem with that. With the conditioning equipment, what you have on the plan, which is like a multi-station machine, those have gotten super, super expensive. There's also the option to do a circuit, which most people do prefer like a circuit where you have each body part.
Upper body circuit,
Yeah,
then lower body
upper
circuit.
body, lower body, abs. And if you have a circuit, then you could go either with the Cybex or Precor or Star Trek. Those are the top 3 for conditioning equipment. And I can get you bids for those as well with my different contacts that I have. So I can talk to several people, get several bids, and then we can compare and see.
With the space that we have here, would a circuit fit properly though? Because I think they might have gone with that option for
Because of
For the
space,
space,
and I was looking at that, and I was thinking about that myself, and I wanted to ask, because I see, in comparison to the space that you have, I see that most of it has been dedicated to the free weights. And usually in most gyms, you would have a smaller free weight area and a larger conditioning area. So maybe the free weights can be pushed this way a little bit more. The benches don't really have to be that far apart. There could be a little bit of a
That's
difference
that
here.
universal machine?
That's the universal machine. Those go for about $40,000 to $50,000. Yeah, just that one machine. So I know they're expensive. Used is around 30 something. Because I was talking to one of the people that do this.
does it pick you up and take you to the gym?
I'm telling you, these have gotten super expensive.
What are those machines called again?
Because it's a universal multi. It's like one, but it has different stations alrededor, all around, and
Yeah.
just
It's a space saver.
it is, and because it is, they make it more expensive. But there is a way to set up a circuit with the machines back to back in a line. That would also save a lot of space.
think that's
I
application
myself
stuff,
know about those
like
things
those
because I've done 3 grand openings. I did the grand opening of the Scandinavian on 12th Street. That one I started from the ground up, the entire construction and then the layout. I did the grand opening of Doral, and I've done several remodels of our LA fitness clubs, and especially in Doral because that was a super, super busy club and we needed more equipment. So we were able to figure out a way to put in more equipment in the same space by the way that it was laid out, back to back.
Without having to go to
Without
this
ha-
more expensive option.
None of the gyms have this.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I
No.
never
Yeah,
seen
I've never
it.
seen
That's a
It
long time
exists,
ago.
but it's super expensive and it's just not something that they use now anymore. Like, you don't see
I haven't
it.
seen one since high school.
No, it's been a
Exactly.
long time.
So by downsizing the free weight area, in your estimation, we'd have enough space still to
For,
do
yes,
all of the.
yes.
Well, because you have certain circuit type equipment that hits compound movements
Exactly.
that aren't just like for biceps. You do lats and biceps at the same time. That combine several body parts. So 3 machines as opposed to 6 will give you an entire upper body workout.
Cable crossover machine, something like
Cable
that.
machines,
Well, the cable crossover you could do so much with a cable crossover. However, it does take up a lot of space. That's one thing. The other thing with a cable crossover machine is that it's only as good as the person that's using it, their knowledge of how to use it. So with that type of equipment, you need somebody showing them how to use it. Not so much the guys, but the women, yes. So with your conditioning type equipment, it's just, you just sit, it's got instructions usually right there, and anybody can figure it out and not get hurt. So the cable crossover is more of a liability, as the free weights are also more of a liability.
Another question, if I may, and you and I spoke about this briefly on the phone today, Anna, is obviously a wellness center like this should be manned since the time of opening until the time of closing.
You
Even
can-
if you
yeah.
have an area for free weights because of the liability,
not only because of liability, but if you don't have someone there supervising, watching who goes in and who goes out, and just keeping an eye on the place, you're gonna start to lose all your weights. And let me tell you,
You know about that.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It happens in every gym, and you have to you have to have the cameras, and you have to have someone there in case something happens to somebody. Just
Someone gets dropped on the
overseeing what's
ADO.
going on. Always somebody overseeing, always somebody, walking the floor.
And what about somebody there that serves also the dual purpose of like a fitness coordinator, if you would, or instructor?
There
Is
should
that-
be an instructor. Usually instructors are there either during peak hours or if somebody wants to pay for personal training. Because you can sell personal training. No gym is gonna give you personal training for free. Yeah. And you can't have an instructor that's not a certified personal trainer telling people how to use a machine. They have to be certified, because if they're not certified and you're allowing them to show people how to do stuff, and then something happens to that person because of this person that wasn't certified, guess the liability comes right back to us. So it has to be a certified personal trainer, and they don't work for free.
Right.
They,
No, I know.
but you could have a floor monitor, looking to make sure that nobody's doing anything crazy and whatnot. They're not teaching them how to use stuff, but they're preventing somebody from getting hurt. That's different. So that you could have.
But the personal trainer would bring revenue.
That would definitely bring revenue, and, every gym has one or two, and usually you don't even pay for them. You just allow them to come in and pick up clients,
Yeah.
and then that's how they make their money. Yeah, it's not really an out-of-pocket situation for the gym. They just want a facility to work out of.
Well, the
And
only
if
thing-
they want to bring their client to train there, and they're not from West Miami, then they have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing too would be with the size of our gym, that if we had personal trainers in here, that there might be residents trying to use equipment that's being occupied all the time by people that are paying for a personal trainer.
Then you would have stipulations.
Maybe different working
Yeah,
hours for
that
trainers
they
to
could come
in.
during off-peak hours. Another thing that gyms now have, and it's been part of in the last couple of years, major renovations that LA Fitness has done, is to put in a circuit training area, but just for the mats and the balls and
Right.
those things, and that's cheap and that's super popular. But I just don't see an area here for that. But that's usually where the personal trainer would work, where most people would not do that on their own.
Maybe at some point
Well-
our racquetball court.
Well, I mean, you have the yoga,
The yoga room.
you have the yoga area.
You could.
How many yoga people are we gonna be having?
Right.
You can again
This
stipulate
this could function
hours
as
of the day.
this could function as a personal training area as well. When there's no yoga class going on or
Yeah.
The
Zumba or
medicine
whatever.
balls,
Because
The
usually the
medicine balls
classes
up in
will
the
be
morning.
early in the morning, and then one later, the early for the people that want to go before they go to work. And then the one later after that for the housewives, whatever, people that are retired that don't work but still want to go in the morning.
Right.
And then you would have the afternoon class
sitting
for the
right
people
next
when they come, people for after work, they want to take a class, So
And that's what I see our elderly program. That's why we're
Yes.
having another conversation that has to do with seniors. Our congregate seniors are pretty much a dying breed. I hate to refer to it like that, but our senior population that come to the center after COVID, we have lost 35
oh my goodness.
participants a day. That's huge in our
Jeez.
numbers, at least.
What's the total
They have
numbers?
gone from we had a group of 105 was our daily group.
So a
Right
third.
now, a third of the center is gone. And so most of these clients have transferred into a homebound meal delivered program because 2 years in the life of a senior citizen like the ones that we have here, it's debilitating.
And
It really is.
And with the stress of COVID and
And
everything,
then
so
with
that's really hard para
COVID
mí,
and, you know, having
so
to
hard.
move maybe with family members
Yeah.
or be isolated, it's affected them psychologically, physically, in every way, shape, or form. And now they're not as mobile as they are, so we're losing our congregate program, and we need something to build a new generation of seniors. Don't look at me, because I'm not gonna go work out when I
Tai Chi,
retire.
Yoli, Tai Chi, para mí.
Yoga, yoga.
I thought you were gonna be
Yoga,
leading
yeah,
from
let me
the
tell you,
forefront.
Yoga's hard.
yoga's hard. They really cannot
No.
It's
do
very-
yoga.
very hard.
It is.
They have Tai Chi, actually, we're looking for a Tai Chi instructor, if anybody knows one.
Yeah.
No, you do know one? Because
They do
we
chair
lost
aerobics.
our teacher.
Is the
But
park,
you should-
Yes.
the gym is gonna be open the same time as the park is, or? it's
That's
gonna be-
another thing we need to address, and,
it's gonna be
and
open
and
more
Juan
hours
and
or
I
less
have talked
hours?
about
It's gonna
that.
have to be more, for sure.
We're
I
gonna
don't know.
have to open the park,
what time does
change
the park
the
open?
ordinance, and open up at 7 a.m. until 9
Yeah.
p.m. at least. Or even 10, because people work out at different
Before
hours.
work, during lunch, after work.
People go either early in the morning, and then you have your throughout the day group, and then you have your biggest group after 5. But by 9 o'clock, they're usually
Out of
9, 10. You could start with 9, and if you see that you need more, because it's always easier to give more than to take away.
Right.
Because when you take away, then the one person that was there between 9 and 10, no, you can
Right.
never take away.
Only show once a week then.
Oh my, we remodeled the gym and put all these new machines and took out the old ones, and there's always like the 2 or 3 people that like, they took away my favorite machine,
Yeah.
cancel my membership. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's always easier to give more
Reluctancy to
than to
change.
take away, yeah. So it's a trial and error thing. You start with specific hours y la van cambiando. Yeah.
So that's gonna be an issue as well, and we're gonna have to talk about, I mean, yes, we got this money from a grant and impact fees, but you need to talk about sustainability. The equipment has to be addressed in sustainability. Floor monitors, as Anna refers to them, have to be considered here. A physical, a personal trainer,
They don't
Tai
really, they don't
Chi,
really charge.
yoga.
Those people charge, but that's really around maybe just $20, $25 an hour.
but it all adds up.
It adds up, it adds
It
up.
adds up.
But the people using that service would also have to pay, right?
Yeah.
Extra.
For
It
the
would be revenue.
classes?
Well,
Or would it
Revenue
be,
producing.
for I don't know what the commission is going to do when the facility is built
'cause yeah, it
and
has to
we
be.
equip them. They're going to have to make a decision on whether this is gonna be
membership or?
membership driven, maybe a once a year fee, a lower fee for the residents and a not so low fee for outsiders. You can't even keep outsiders out, whether you want to or not, and you want to make it exclusively for the people of West Miami. You can't, because that park, is that right? Juan, that's come up before, right? That park was. Exactly. We cannot, it would be a violation of the terms and conditions where that park was deeded to the city. So we're gonna have to establish some formality, if you would, for the use of the wellness
So
center.
anybody can go there, regardless of residency?
Absolutely. Now, what you can do is, because we, the taxpayer dollars, put 1 mil of our tax dollars towards the park, what you can do is allow your citizens a nominal fee for the, for the use of the facility, 7 days a week. That's another thing. We have to determine how many days a week you're going to open it, what the hours are gonna be, and what the operational needs are. And obviously, you have to build a fund for future replacement of this equipment. What's the lifespan of an equipment like? I mean, this is Chinese to me. So-
You got a 5-year warranty,
Conditioning-
that should tell you.
Yeah, well,
5
no,
years.
no, I mean, the thing is that,
Yep.
like, the conditioning equipment and the free weights, those can last forever. I mean, really, I've seen gyms that have been there for 30 years and they have
Like the
the
ones we have?
equipment. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
right.
those
You
will
see,
last.
Mike, and you were complaining about hours?
The electronic stuff, and it's just maintenance.
Yeah.
You just have to put into the equation maintenance, and I can also look into that for you from, the
Get
sellers.
some ideas.
Exactly, to get a general idea of what that goes for.
Madam Manager, what was the flooring in here again?
the flooring, concrete.
Concrete?
Yep.
So-
The area of the weights and all that will be problematic.
Well,
Yeah, the area of the weights, you have to have the rubber mats. And the aerobics room, the aerobic yoga room should be wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be wood, which by the way, there's also, even if the residents are not gonna pay, and even if you do include the classes, there's another way to create income, and that is master classes. Because even members that pay for a membership, whenever there was a master class, which is huge these days, everybody wants to go to a master class.
Orange Theory.
Then you pay for that class. And then, the instructor gets a cut and the facility gets a cut. So master classes are really good. And that's another way to make money even when,
Like cycling
When you're
classes
not paying.
and things like that.
well, cycling is super expensive, the bikes, and those are really, really hard to keep up, to maintain. They break a lot more than anything else, and they're very dangerous.
So what would be an example of a master class?
A master
for-
class would be a master Zumba class with a super popular instructor, and everybody shows up for that class. Yeah.
Tipo bien ripiado.
Yeah, they have a following, and then you get 150 people paying $30 for that class, and sometimes more.
And you just split it.
What's the
with,
cut for the city then?
Then you either go half and half with the instructor, depending on their popularity. Depending, the more popular they are, the more people they're going to bring in, the more money they're going to want. It's
but
not
you
set in
could-
stone.
We could even do like UFit. We keep going to UFit just because it's the gym right
It's
there.
right there.
Right. They offer, I believe, like a regular membership, and then they also offer like a premium
Yeah,
membership.
the black card.
That you get access to the
The massage
Zumba
chair,
class,
Or you can pay
this,
for it
that.
separate for like $5
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. Or you can pay for it on every single time you go
There's
basis.
a lot of options. There's a lot of options, but you also have to keep in mind that whatever option you decide to go with, there has to be somebody there that is going to be responsible for the money, the bookkeeping, and making sure that everything is routed the right way. Yeah, that's another thing.
And looking at the floor plan
That's
now,
just big.
speaking about that, there's 2 entrances.
One through the main building and one through the basketball.
One through, yeah, because people are gonna have to pass by the person, that's in charge or monitoring or.
I imagine this is the main one off the basketball court, because there's a
The
reception.
reception, yeah.
Where's the water fountain, by the way? I know it's a little off
Right.
topic.
So,
It's important.
so the basketball courts are here, right?
Yeah.
And is this the existing building over here or
That's existing.
over here?
So
Right to the right.
So the main entrance is
This way.
right through here.
This
Off
is
the
the
back.
existing building.
Below it.
It's
below
here,
it.
it's just here, it's not there.
Oh, it's up here.
Right.
This is all new.
That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it's new, yeah.
Well, it's not new, we have a section.
There's a section
There's a
there.
small area there now.
This section here is already
There's a roof.
existing.
Is that gonna go, right? The roof is going.
Espérate, let me call
So
Carl.
you're gonna send it all the way
Okay.
close to the building? All the way to the building? Is that the way going?
I'm sorry, say again?
The roof is there now, it's gonna be gone?
Yes.
And
That's
then,
where,
and
that's
then
your.
extend the building, oh, okay.
Yeah, the new one's gonna connect.
That's gonna be enclosure to this?
Mhm.
Enclosed?
That's where that room
Now we're
is.
enclosed,
Generator
but with
room.
glass looking towards the basketball.
That's the yoga room.
This is
That
a
L.
wrap or something.
Right.
Glass towards the basketball.
No supply room.
Yeah,
That's where the roof
you have to have the fire exits and so on and so forth, but
This L here is all glass.
This is done by engineers, so they
Maybe
know.
it is
they,
Fire
but the fire, but the
Yeah.
issue with the 2 doors, it can, usually por ahí por donde se cuela la gente
I know.
that steal
No,
no,
that
here.
steal
Here that we
the
have here
free
is
weights,
enclosed.
mostly.
No, but that has to go
These
by the,
doors are basically for them to go out to the restroom.
Shoulder
So the
press.
main entrance of the building is not shown, but it's here.
Okay.
And that's the control point where they gotta go by his
And that's
office.
already-
They gotta go by
or
an
here,
office here, or here
where they
by
gotta
the
go by
receptionist?
receptionist.
Okay, but there's also another one back here, or no?
No.
Okay, okay, so it's just either the main one from the
You
building
make
that
use of the
exists, or the new one here? Okay,
Is there a rear exit at all? Like an emergency exit or
it
something?
has to be, yeah.
I'm just,
You travel through here into the other exit on 62nd Avenue, or you go out this way.
But not back here,
No.
okay.
Just out of curiosity, what would be the occupancy here? The maximum occupancy? Ballpark? Just even thinking about classes.
With the equipment in the gym area, I would say
Probably anywhere from
Sí, tiene
at least
que
20
estar
people, no more than that, because of the equipment that's in the way.
Wasn't like to consider.
20 people?
It's gonna be more than that.
No, it's gonna be more than
In
that.
order to classify, that classifies as a assembly,
Well,
so it's over 50 and you
Well,
got
no.
panic hardware,
Yeah,
so.
but for fire purposes, it's 47, well, I think we're at 47.
Really?
So if we wanted to do a
But you
big
also
class,
have
would
people
be
taking
limited
classes.
to-
I'm sorry?
But you also have people taking classes. There could be 20 people taking a class.
Correct.
Well, there's-
Altogether, the whole area is 47
Okay.
for the fire department.
4,700 square
no,
feet?
four-
No, no,
47
47 people at the gym at the same time.
Persons.
Oh,
The maximum
So
Maximum,
capacity.
So
maximum
27 working
occupancy
out
load.
while 20 are in a class.
Yeah, I mean, you have the
Yeah.
other rooms on the other side where we have the assembly hall, which are 200, but those are just banquet areas. They don't have equipment that's in the way.
Oh, that's very little.
but you can always move some of the evening activities for classes
Into the
into the multi-purpose
Sosa.
facility.
Correct.
When you have a
Or
big
even
class,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, when it's not being used.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't use that after 6 o'clock. It's rarely do we have an
Yeah,
evening
in the back
meeting
area.
there.
Can also
during
be
the
used by
week.
personal trainers
And
Correct.
that,
when the club is busy.
and then they can pay us
Yeah,
for.
that's all
Yeah,
accessible.
you just
For
put
rent.
mats on the floor, yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
How tall is the ceiling? Just thinking
that's a good
about
question.
potentially a stairmaster or any type of exercise.
They took that into consideration. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around 9 feet, wherever the other one's at.
What do you think about stairmasters?
It's very popular. In Doral, all the firefighters from Doral
That's why I'm asking.
would come to
I'm a
my
firefighter,
club.
so-
Would come to my club because of the Stairmasters. You know, and there's people that join a gym specifically because they need a Stairmaster because they're training for a specific thing, and that's the only machine that does what it does.
And
Yes.
what's the, like, do those break more often, like the cardio machines, or they're about the same?
That's a slow-moving one, so I would imagine it's a little sturdier than, say, a treadmill. Because we beat them up at a fire station.
These guys
Yeah.
throw the
They
weight on
last-
top of them.
They last a long time.
They do last a long time. I
Okay.
mean,
Our treadmills are always breaking, but those Stairmasters, we put all kinds of stuff on.
Because people run on the treadmill, so there's a lot more impact.
Exactly.
You know, whereas with
Pounding,
the thing with the Stairmaster, and it's just educating the members. It's a lot of times people will put their keys or their cell phone on top, and then with the vibration, it falls inside, and then you can't take it out, and it could break something in the, while it's falling through.
So speaking of that, you mentioned earlier lockers.
Oh yeah.
So maybe people won't have their keys or whatever. Were you specifically talking about a locker room or just having the wall lockers where you can
Either
combination.
or, most gyms will have the lockers in the bathrooms, but if you're just gonna have like little tiny ones where people can put
like the ones at LA Fitness?
keys and
they have
whatever,
the-
we have big ones.
well,
Yeah.
in the workout area, not in the locker room. There's
There's
those-
little ones
those
in the
little
workout
ones.
area, yeah,
High
just for
school lockers,
keys
huh?
and stuff like that.
I just don't see where there's room for that.
I don't see it either.
We could
That's why
always
I
The
asked.
attach-
supply room would be the only place.
No, the ones I'm referring to are
It's-
on a wall. And
It's like
Yeah, but
mailboxes,
where?
like the community mailboxes.
It always attach, like
It's
the
like the
drink
size of
holders on the
that-
sides
that
of the
frame
machines,
You attach it to the
so
wall.
people can put their keys there while
But
they
if
work
we
out.
have a max
Cars have
capacity,
gotten
yeah.
stolen like that.
No, I'm talking about on the machine, where you put your soda,
Oh, yeah,
instead of putting it on the machine.
right.
Not like UFIT where everybody put them on a board, y se rolaban las llaves.
That's right, you can't
When
do
you,
that.
when you work out at a machine,
Yeah.
like UFIT, there's always cup holder.
Right,
Problem is, there's a hole in the bottom, but
right.
if they're solid cup holders, usually I put my phone there and my keys there.
There's usually not a problem with all the machines. It's just usually the Stairmaster.
Right.
That's the only
That's what
one.
I'm saying. If they have the cup holders, you know,
Yeah,
But if our capacity is only 47, I
it
mean,
shouldn't be that hard to
yeah,
maintain.
it shouldn't be that hard. And the reception, I mean, like, if you put it in the desk or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think we can figure it out. A little drawer with 47 little
There's an
individual
area
slots.
in the bathrooms that they've already.
Oh, there is? Okay.
There are lockers in the bathrooms? Okay, there you go.
Plus,
So
if you're doing cardio, you're looking through the giant windows right at your car. See if someone's stealing it.
the thing with the lockers is that it takes like liability away from you all. Because
Yeah.
because if they fail to put stuff in a locker, then you're like, well, that's your fault because we provide you with lockers precisely to avoid that. But if you don't provide them with lockers, then you're liable.
Mr. Pena, quick question. In this corner here, it shows a janitor's closet. Can that?
That's not the latest version.
Okay, so that. Just because if we go away from this machine,
Yeah, that has changed.
It gives us a lot more room.
stationary bikes is considered cardio, Anna?
It
That's
is.
this
They're not so popular.
They're not.
But they are,
bikes?
you should have a couple
think
at
so.
least because people,
Seniors.
los viejos, because they're the
Seniors.
ones that would use
Low
it.
impact.
Stationary.
Because they have to sit down to do their cardio.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying, you know,
You
if
should
we
have at
wanna-
least two. Yeah.
At least two.
One Stairmaster, two stationary bikes, an elliptical or cross-country trainer, and 3 treadmills maybe.
And
Two or three.
what's a cross-country trainer?
I mean,
It's there, because
Oh,
there's the
yeah, yeah,
elliptical
yeah.
goes like this and the cross-country trainer goes like this.
Okay.
The elliptical, you don't do the arms, and the cross-country trainer, but the people that like the elliptical hate the other one, and
Yeah,
it's like, you know,
Human being. Exactly. They're never happy.
I didn't even know there was a difference between the two.
yeah, there's two different ones.
What's this in the front here? Is this just, you're under a roof, right in front of this door? This little area?
Penna,
I don't understand this
I think,
drawing at all.
Looks
I
like
don't
some-
either.
These
It's
are,
very confusing. I can't.
these are steps. What is that steps?
Yeah, I know, it's
The layout.
confusing.
And
¿Qué
it
es
goes
esto?
Like you got
steps
step,
to-
you got step back here too.
Oh, you come out and step down into the,
What are you saying?
This
This
area
is the
here
entrance.
is outside.
no, this is
That was
a,
a non-covered area. Yeah.
Non-covered.
This is a non-covered.
yeah, this is
area.
a wheelchair ramp.
Right.
This is the locker room.
And these are
These
steps
are
down.
stairs down
There
into
could
the
be
regular
offices in
area.
here
and
somewhere.
Yeah,
the-
there
So
are
this whole thing is
restroom
elevated.
facilities.
This is elevated at the
I
same
mean,
height
the
of
restroom.
Right.
No van a
other-
poner ducha.
But the building.
No, no, I don't.
The
Just-
existing
just
building?
the
Oh,
sink,
that's why,
toilet,
because
Yeah,
it's gonna
we're
be
not-
raised to
Yeah,
the
this whole
height.
building
Yeah,
is
they have to
elevated
raise
to the
it
height of
to-
the other one. So
Okay.
you're gonna come up the steps here and go in the door.
You can have the locker
And
room.
then
Wow.
you
Coming out, you go
Yeah.
down the
This
steps
is all
or down
glass,
the
you said,
ramp,
right?
Yep.
which is
Right
basically the
next to
same
the
as
I
reception.
would put it
the existing
here.
building.
People come
That's
in,
really
check
nice.
in,
Also, this is
when you're
glass
supposed to
too.
stay in the
That's
locker,
gonna
and
be
then they
awesome.
go work.
This at the end
I
of the
would put
building?
it
Is that
right
that?
here.
Right.
En esta
But it's
pared.
all glass right here.
It's right here, right?
That's
So in this
Like
room
this, right?
and
Oh,
down
wow,
here.
that's a big area.
Anna, she has a very
There's
good
nothing
idea.
here in this wall, right? Está el reception, pero en esta pared no hay nada.
Correct.
There, you can have
Lockers.
lockers.
Yep.
Right.
Rather than
Yeah.
put them in the restroom, because if the
Right.
restroom is occupied, then
And you don't want nobody gymming
No,
stuff.
and that
That's
way
a
you don't have
perfect
to
spot.
have for men or for women, it's just, you know.
Can I buy a
unisex.
locker? Dollar for a locker?
That's how, no, they should be,
More revenue.
they should be
You
afforded.
could have your name on it, but it would be like $1,000 a year.
Buy a
it's like
golden,
buying-
a golden
buying-
locker.
Yeah, a brick paver,
Right,
you
right.
know.
People wanted to-
$1,000 a
And
year.
maybe we could do an area for the courtyard where residents can buy a brick.
I personally think Mike should have a,
A private locker?
Statue there.
we should all donate a locker.
Jordan won in front
Mike.
of,
For, he's the guy
Chicago.
pushing for this for
Yeah.
100 years now. He
At
goes
least.
there. Let's put a memorial,
You've been pushing for
Memorial
this?
for
When-
Mike.
when-
Long time.
pre-death
When he
locker.
started
Me and
pushing
Samba,
for it,
Sambo's on a
this-
wheelchair now. He can hardly move anymore.
This was all black when we started pushing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had hair back then. Look, I was.
He had hair and
and
it
it was
all
black.
black. We gave him the
We'll get a
gray
statue
hair.
of
I
him
didn't
doing
hear
it.
about this years ago, I thought it was
He doesn't
scratched.
do? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I put that together.
You're gonna tell.
The money has always been an issue, but again, we have the money to build it. We have to be very careful about how we prepare our operation plan. Gotta get creative, my friend.
You know how things are. It'll probably all be named after Jim Biswicki.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that.
The house, the.
This is a junior here.
The house that Jim built.
This is junior. Hey, wait, Ivan, that's junior right there.
He's gonna come cut the ribbon.
That's what I did.
God bless you all.
Amala, amala.
You have to have somebody that hires and trains.
Right.
And make sure that people are, you know, doing their job and that they're there, and that they're not
And
like
that they're
clocking
doing what
in
they're
and
Yeah, but
leaving.
I
supposed
think
to
like
be
That they're doing
like
what
this
they're
here and one of the facility that we have inside, we can do a, like I said, do actually the dances or whatever you do here
Yeah.
instead of in this area here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it depends on the size of the class.
The
Yeah,
aerobics.
There's a big room there. and it's
Yeah,
not
that's
used
a-
during the week.
It's a bigger room,
Yoga,
right?
And that can be
Yeah.
used for, like, you could even have 2 classes going on at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
You can have
During
the
peak hour.
inside
Right.
during peak hours, after
Yeah.
hours. After the kids leave at 6 o'clock, you can
Yeah.
use the inside of the multi-purpose.
But
The other
Comes the
area,
wrench.
yes.
but
That's 47 people, and then there's 90 in baseball. There's
Parking.
parking. So I'm temper the expectation of when you can do a class.
We have,
What,
walk to the
walk
rec
to
center.
the,
Freebie.
walk to the rec center day?
Freebie.
Everyone takes the freebie.
What a
Freebie from
bad
Cooper Park.
situation.
Start their workout.
There you go with, yeah.
Start their workout early and jog over.
I'm just saying because
We'll get the bird
it's
scooters.
Monday through Thursday, and the Thursday people are the worst.
And our officers want to use that gym. I mean, they have brought that up as part of their collective bargaining
The firefighters and
agreement.
the officers are
Yeah.
the ones that want to use it the most.
They want to, they've always wanted the city to provide a gym for them.
Yeah, because the
Not
little
in the
gym
one
that they
I
have
have.
there, it's just a little room. I know, I've been
At
there.
the fire station?
Can we put
Yeah.
That building was
I'll do it.
condemned and it's already,
Oh, really?
yeah, the one behind the wreck there,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where
But if
COVID
you're gonna have a
came from.
classes with 90
Same
people, we can
structure.
always run the bus, I mean, extra, a little bit extra, run the bus and park somewhere here and bus them over there. I mean,
I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Park
because-
them
Things that
and
can-
park them where?
don't we have a parking lot back here?
Yeah, and then-
It's a municipal parking lot, but you got employees.
No, but
You got
after hours,
firefighters.
after hours should be,
absolutely.
yeah.
I'm just bringing it up because
No, I
you've
agree
seen the
with you.
parking Thursdays, and that's just you guys. there.
Yes.
Then
Well, that's-
Thursdays you don't do a class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then there's Wednesday and there's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's
and
baseball
It's
5 days a
every.
week.
And there's Monday and there's
There's-
Friday.
Yeah, there's sports 5 days a week.
It's Friday.
Listen, if we can get the people to come to the class and use the gym,
Listen, I think we need to maximize the hours from 7 a.m.
Yes, to
Yeah.
work.
to 1 p.m. and do
That's
your
it.
classes at that time.
Yeah, but
We
you won't
want
have a
to
lot of people
also-
coming in to take it at that time.
We want to attract a new generation
Yeah.
of senior
Yes,
citizens.
eso sí.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
throwing it out
Well, they
there
won't
because
come in the afternoon
And,
anyway.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's gonna be a
police
morning.
officers
Lo mismo lo vienen en la
work,
tarde.
some days they have other days off, so do firefighters.
They
and-
usually come in during off-peak hours. Yeah.
Maybe the gym could be open to everyone till 1, and then in the afternoon it's trainers and classes.
Or you can,
where you don't
in
have-
the afternoon, have something for residents only.
Or, yeah, where there's less traffic.
I mean, a lot of this is gonna just play out.
Just build it first and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Small
You have to
details
see the
comes later.
demand that comes afterwards.
What did
I mean, some
Kevin
gyms
Costner
even
say?
do like on every other day, like you
you
can
build
come
it,
on Monday,
they
Wednesday,
will
come.
Friday,
Right.
and the other people
Schedule.
come on Tuesday, Thursday,
The great
Saturday,
philosopher,
gotta keep them
Kevin
on your
Costner.
schedule and.
You know, and.
If you
and
build
then
it, they
it
will drive
splits
by
it
because there
up.
was no parking.
And I mean, gyms, everyone signs up and what, like a quarter of the people actually show up to the gym?
They
if that-
usually the way it's like the way it goes is you have about 30% of the people are going to be your regulars forever. They're going to be
Yeah.
always go.
Always
You
go.
you leave, you come back 3 years later, and then there's that same guy in that machine.
he's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
I-
And then there's a 30% that they're the
Old yellow.
sporadic regulars. They get regular for like 3 months and then they disappear
And then
and then they come back. Oh my God, I gotta get back. But they never cancel their membership.
And then the ones that never-
And then there's the ones that
Michael.
join. They go for the first
We
month
should
y
put
después
one
más
of the
nunca
ones
van.
currently there,
So
just take it
that's
to
how
his
it's
house.
split up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but it's 30% are the real regulars.
We can do some hot yoga in the racquetball court. That's a thing.
You don't want to do hot yoga.
No? I don't want to do it.
I don't wanna do
I'm
it
throwing it
either.
out there since our racquetball court is
No, people pass out and you really don't.
We have this room here empty.
The large room, we could put it to use in the morning, early in the morning, and then late in the
Well,
afternoon.
the seniors use the large room when they go to the.
But how many seniors do you anticipate showing up for a class?
Well, we have right now 65 to 70 that stay for the meal program. They have their classes in the morning, different classes.
And they come
Knitting.
here for the classes?
They come here for the classes.
Oh,
They
cool.
do knitting, they do tai chi.
Oh, they're gonna
they
go to
do-
the gym.
That's
For
what I'm
sure.
saying.
They're gonna love
We're
it.
thinking even and I don't want to, elaborate on it right now, but the thought is maybe we can move the seniors to the multi-purpose facility during the day because they can benefit from the classes. We can start to create some new attractions there, if you would, between the wellness center and the community. And we can start to, increase population in our congregate program.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will happen someday.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then down
I
the-
know I'm gonna get a lot of resistance or some resistance because people are weary about change at times.
always.
So,
Creatures of habit.
mhm.
There's also the option of a juice bar that generates revenue.
A what?
A juice bar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you could have, the
The juice
protein
machine.
shakes and things like
Bulk you
that. But that's something to consider, and if not a juice bar, then at least you could have some vending machines where people can get water and,
Healthy snacks,
yeah. Mhm.
granola bars.
Beer. beer.
Pre-workout.
That's healthy.
We could do once a week, have a wine and cheese party.
There you go.
Carbs. Those are
I used to
carbs.
do it at Universal, believe it or not, back in the day. That was in the
It
70s.
brings people out.
It would,
you know.
it brought so many people, you'd be surprised. That was so crazy
They never
back
came
then.
to the gym, but they came to wine and cheese, man.
They all came to the wine and, to the free wine and cheese. But there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of events that you could do. You know, that members love. Like, we always did for Halloween, you know, we had the day when all the members came dressed up and, you know, the Christmas
Yeah, fun
event and,
things.
yeah. Yeah, and the members become friends and it becomes, it's not just a place to work out, it's a place where they socialize.
Yeah.
You know, that's why with the pandemic, it was like, people miss the gym so much. You could still work out on your own, of course, but you're missing out on that whole, you know,
Interaction.
social interaction, of course. So, there's a lot that can be done in a facility like this, for as little as it is.
So, Madam Manager, what would be the next step for her then to help us out with
I'll get the dollar amounts on
Give us
equipment.
a ballpark
specific
figure
types
of
of
what we're
equipment.
looking
Mhm.
as far as new equipment versus pre-owned
New,
equipment.
pre-owned, a combination of the
Mhm.
two, and leased.
then-
I'll get
and
all the
lease
quotes.
options between buying and leased,
Yeah.
and a servicing partner or company that can come out and, you know, service these machines as needed over
Exactly.
time.
Yes.
You know,
Does she need a list of proposed equipment or?
I would put a list, Anna, if you wanna continue
Based on this?
volunteering, on the committee. I can't impose upon you, but
I was
I'm
saying,
sure
because
that they would all benefit, we would all benefit from your expertise, is put a list together of all these machines that we've talked about,
Yes,
and then give us some opportunity to, again, try to make some revenue off of, like, master
master
classes.
classes.
And the
Personal training. Yeah,
and
they can
the-
make
that,
revenue.
You know, the
Mhm.
area for the circuit training area,
Yeah.
if you could do like little, you
No,
know,
what-
an
what-
outline, and we could do it on the computer
Yeah, no,
here
we'll
for
put the
you.
bids together.
Mhm.
But you mean an outline of where the machines would go?
No. What
the
we,
machines.
what would be the best machines to put in this,
right,
in
yes.
this facility?
That we're doing. I already spoke to.
And
to
then
one
what
of my-
other components we're gonna add to it?
Right.
And whether we go new, pre-owned, and basically the type of budget we would have to, for a startup.
Exactly. How much versus new versus pre-owned and, you know, so that you can compare.
One question, the new design is about the same the way it is now? She needs to know that too, if there's gonna be any changes here.
No, it actually increases the size a little bit.
Right.
So how many more
That's what
square
she needs to
feet?
know,
No.
This is the one that Frankie sent me yesterday, that I
Right,
sent
it's
to
minimal.
Anna.
It's minimal.
okay.
Okay.
So.
But that janitor's closet is not there in that corner.
No.
So if she has that
Which
in
is
her
the
mind,
janitor's closet?
In the back left there.
right there.
This little thing here? Okay, that makes a difference.
yeah, it's a nice-
Because then you could have one row here and one row here, and then just move this over a little bit more, and then that'll, or you could have them going this way.
Those machines that are shown there, they're not to scale.
No, they're not. This doesn't take up all this
Exactly.
room.
Those-
This
those
would
are
only
little-
probably go up to here,
Those are
baby.
little images of
And then the
what
rest would be
possibly
conditioning.
is, so
Yeah.
You gotta go by the dimensions of the room.
Yeah, I know. I looked at this and I said, that's not, that's crazy. They're too far
It's
apart.
like a
You don't-
super bench press.
You don't have to take up all that room. Yeah. No, I just knew
That's
that
a
looking
parking
at it.
spot. Oh, I
You
see.
don't need all that
Cool.
space, no. We
I
can
like
put a
the-
complete circuit here
are
of
the-
Cybex
those
or
are the-
And
whatever.
the room feels a
Keep
lot
the
bigger
free
when
weights
you're
over
on
here.
site.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that all that is?
Like
Um,
walking
They're
the
tiny.
area.
I thought
Oh,
it was-
how many
I know,
electrical
right?
connections are there?
I
Scale is
can
crazy.
I
For the-
smell
for the-
that.
No, some
For
things
the-
are small, some things are big. Doesn't make
That is
sense.
still
I mean, that looks like a
For
little
the
leg
cardio,
extension machine.
we still don't know
Oh my
that?
God, I've been doing
That's
this
probably
since I
looks
was
like a shoulder press.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But the
Okay,
But I believe, again, we
Well,
have.
you know what? There's no
to
squat
measure
rack
the,
there.
okay, maybe we can squeeze in one
That's
more.
100%.
This is a roof.
Somebody, a
Right.
Smith machine or
A
something.
Smith machine, at least
Okay.
like.
Smith machine for sure.
Right,
It's gonna go inside the breakup board.
Yeah.
Equipment size.
No, you need a Smith machine.
Anna,
A
Okay,
Smith machine
there's
or a
also a
squat,
Smith
like,
machine on
yeah,
here. Like a squat rack,
a
Smith
squat
machine
rack
type.
or, yeah.
A what?
A Smith machine is like a squat rack that is more assisted
yeah,
than a free weight.
yeah, it's it's an assistant. Well, that
Water
looks like
fountains are
that's what
under
that
this
is.
Which one?
There's
These.
an outdoor roof right now.
That's
No,
regular
those are just
benches.
regular
Those are
benches,
benches.
yeah.
Those are regular, then we get rid of one
This is just
regular
like
bench
way-
and put
Yeah.
the Smith machine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. You
Yeah, and
have to have
somewhere
one
where
of
people
those.
can squat.
Yeah,
So, well, I mean, the Smith machine would be suffice.
Yeah.
That
right.
looks like a leg extension, but is that a bench? What is that?
These are all benches.
4 benches?
You-
Well, it looks like 2 benches, and I don't know what the ones on the right are.
Like, more benches.
Looks like one of
without
those
weights.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, we don't-
Yeah, that's just space. Those are placeholders.
that's just to give a general idea, like he said, but that's not even the right, they wouldn't even go that far out. I don't know what these things are here.
What's the status?
I guess they're
with
weight
this-
racks.
With the structure, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, the dumbbell
Yeah.
racks.
No, this is the racks, pero esto también puede ser para
I think
para los
it's,
They
plates,
did a review
plate
at
racks.
60%, they got some comments
These.
from our engineers, and,
No, estos son
next,
plates,
submittal, which should be at the end
I
of
think. These little things here.
next week.
Well, no, that looks like a leg extension. See the 2 little pads?
The permitting?
Oh, why would you have a leg extension machine here? This is free weights.
No, placeholders.
And
When
when's
do we have a
the
timeline for the
potential,
beginning of construction there? So we can,
Within the next 2 weeks, they'll be tearing down what's there
oh, wow.
and start January.
so we need to, Mr. Chairman, we need to designate a date for the groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
But how long would the
We can
construction
discuss that
take?
tonight's meeting. with the
6
other
months?
commission.
Oh my God, no
So
hace
when we
tiempo
defer
for
that
new
item, we
equipment.
can,
New equipment is taking now 8 to 9 months.
Really?
So there we
Yeah,
go.
that's why this is a good time to talk about it.
Yes, it takes a while.
how long is the construction gonna take?
6 months?
Let's put 8 months because you've got days where it rains and stuff like that.
So if the ground,
Well, 6 to 8 months.
The leisure.
so groundbreaking is January,
First
so,
up is,
June,
June.
and then we won't have the equipment for a few months still.
Why, when you have to spend.
You're
It's
gonna need
new.
those guys that are building the houses on 15th
The
Street. Those
grant.
things have gone up in seconds.
Groundbreaking in January?
15th Street.
running.
Oh, yeah, those,
15th and
that
16th
monster.
Street, the monster, and then
exciting.
down the street by 67th
Yeah.
I'm
Avenue.
gonna miss the smell
They,
of
they
it.
built houses
I've
in
done
next 2
this
months
before.
from the ground
we-
up.
we
Like
can like-
100%
Can I cut a piece of the,
So
yeah,
that's
but
a-
the
that's a
termites, I didn't say the bad. I said the weight.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly
And the
what-
termites,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that one was, like a
It was
rental.
an empty lot.
Oh, was it
That's the
empty
cure
lot?
No, we should,
The one-
that's,
the rental
we should
was
have a
on
little
11th Street
moment
by
there
me.
for all the
The
people
one
that
was
worked
like-
out
Oh, yeah,
there
that's,
for years.
that's the cure for COVID in
Yeah,
there.
the
No,
empty
that's
lot
where
one.
COVID started.
It's a giant petri dish.
You haven't seen that one?
No,
Zika?
started in China.
Drive to Salinas 11th, you're gonna look.
China.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we need to
Amazing.
select a date for the groundbreaking, like yesterday, like tonight would be a good date.
Perfect. And then considering that in June, this will be done, this
End of
project,
June,
and the
probably.
equipment takes 3 months longer
I
than
have to, I
that.
have to look
You can
more
zoom
into
it
that
to
and see if it can be faster.
We'll have
but
a lot more
If
Zoom
we buy in
space.
pre-owned, that's different. It's
You
there.
get it right away,
Right away, it's there.
Okay, so then that
because they
makes
have
It's,
inventory.
Right, right.
But you have to see what it is that they
Exactly.
Are
have.
you hearing
What's
things
available.
now?
But so the free weights,
The freeways,
That's how
shouldn't
it
take that long.
starts.
You
yeah,
can-
you don't get those pre-owned,
Right.
because they just get too beat
But
up.
that
Yeah.
shouldn't, those should be allowed.
And then it'll
here
look
to
like,
get
you
here.
know, you want it to look new.
Right.
You don't want anything to look
Those
like
ship
it's used
Konas.
at all.
The freeways ship Konas probably.
Yeah.
Why, that?
No.
Yeah.
So if we go pre-owned on everything other than the free weights, the free weights shouldn't take that long to order and get in either, so.
We're gonna have some machines in there.
I will double check, but usually free weights is easier than conditioning equipment or, cardio.
They have them at Costco.
In the meantime,
It's
you're wait till
exciting.
you wait.
Yeah, that's it.
Hopefully we
You're
can
gonna
find
get
some
them.
partners that donate money so that we can equip the, I saw an interesting concept the other day at the fair at St. Therese at the school. And I took my granddaughters around like 50 times in a span of an hour because that's how it is when they're little. But the interesting part is you had sponsors sponsoring a particular ride, and then they would put the banner there. If we can find sponsors to, let's say, donate a couple of cardio machines, then,
Put their
their
name
name on them, their sponsorship, a little plaque or something by the wall. I think that's a good idea to generate money.
Like Publix,
Pardon?
have they been generous?
Publix has not been very generous. For the small things they have, but nothing like this. I think maybe we could look at I don't know, not-for-profit organizations that deal in the healthcare, business and wellness, that they're.
Mental wellness.
Mental
That helps so
wellness,
much.
Baptist,
physical,
I know
Baptist,
yeah.
Baptist would probably become a partner.
Yeah.
You know, these healthcare institutions,
big-
it's all about physical therapy,
their
it's
own
all
gym.
about, they what?
They have their own
They
gyms.
have, okay,
Mhm. I tried with them.
okay.
Well, they
Okay,
just partnered now with the new one on US One, Lifetime.
Oh, the one in Coral Gables?
Yeah, yes, they have a huge partnership ongoing with them.
But the thing with Lifetime, it's more than just a gym.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
we
that's a
have,
social
we
club,
have
yeah.
some residents in the city that are people that are attorneys
Yeah,
or in the
small business
411
owners.
Yeah.
411 paying
SEDA,
business, SEDA.
Yeah.
You know, some people in the city that would like to, you know, it all depends on the cost of the equipment. I don't even
Yeah.
have a clue of what something like that would cost to purchase, but maybe we can raise a few dollars between now and then
Yeah.
for sponsorship.
Get on that for sure. It's a productive meeting, so we will, when do you want to set another one, Madam Manager? For,
Anna, how long will it take you to put together
Um,
something for us to really look at now at a more serious proposal here?
Okay, so Wednesday,
Should be January,
Thursday, I could probably meet with a couple of them on either Friday or Saturday. Probably more like Saturday, so they might give me a proposal by maybe middle of next week, hopefully.
so if we meet in January, then that's
That
more
gives
than
you
enough
plenty
time.
of time.
Oh,
Yeah.
more than enough. I mean, because right now we're looking at, we're like so close to Christmas.
Yeah, holidays are coming up.
Yeah, and then there's all kinds of events and things,
Mhm.
so.
Do they ever do discounts for specific times of year for this equipment, or is it,
Absolutely.
so now might be a good
It's
time?
so much cheaper now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, January, New Year's resolutions, it's like, yeah, now is when people, most of the gyms, when they go out of business, it's in December. That's the hardest month for a
Really?
gym to pull through, yeah.
Yeah, because nobody goes.
Nobody goes, no, it's dead.
So it's the following
Dead.
month that they make them.
That's
The
Crazy.
first week of January is still dead. It starts happening the
So-
second week of
The
January.
guilt kicks in.
Yeah,
What
it takes
would
about
be-
a week.
What's our commission meeting in January?
Okay, so we have a meeting that was canceled on the 4th of January.
Oh.
However, I don't know if the committee would be friendly to having a daytime meeting. I don't know, because
Does,
some people
does
were.
the city have the money to buy the machine now, the equipment now,
Déjame ver una cosa.
or not? That's a question that we
Some
need
of
to.
it, yes.
Well, you don't have to pay it all. You probably just have to put a deposit on it.
Mm, No,
so
we
you could,
need,
so
we
it
need,
could be
well,
ordered.
yeah, we can encumber the cost now and put a deposit on it
We have
or buy it.
That's what I'm
about
saying.
The problem is
120
we
now.
don't have anywhere to store it. Right, Penna?
Yeah, but they can hold it for you.
They can for 6 months.
That's a question.
Mhm.
Estamos a 7.
I know where there isn't any storage.
At the rec.
Yeah, we have storage.
Where?
The rocket ball.
No.
What do you mean, never know?
Hey, hey, talk to this guy here.
Yeah,
We'll just helicopter them in there. Yeah.
I could probably have the bid for you by next week or maybe the 15th.
I
Put
don't
a tarp
want you to
over
cut
that.
yourself.
Pero
blue tarp.
si no, entonces ya tenemos que
Yeah.
esperar para enero.
They can take it off the building now and put it over there.
Unless he can come up with one of them that is the one that was telling me about combining
6 months
the
for real?
new with the
With the
That's
pre-owned.
not that bad.
If
though.
they can
No,
come
that's
up with
too fast.
something
Too
like
fast.
that, I could
Well, no,
say,
if you look at
well,
it, if you look at
Mira,
it like that.
this is
Yeah, I
available
know.
now, would you like to meet and go over
That's
that
exciting
option?
though to think that
And the other
we'll have
thing
that
is,
building done in 6 months.
before we encumber those dollars or issue a purchase order, which will encumber the money, because it's probably going to exceed my authority to purchase under the code. And although it is budgeted, we gotta bring it to the commission, and the commission doesn't meet until the 18th of
Oh
January.
my goodness.
So with us meeting on the 4th, I think like you were stating, would that even be beneficial if we
I think
can't?
so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we need to have something. Penna, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, I won't be here.
A lot of people won't be here on the 4th
Yeah,
because
the
kids
first
are,
week of
kids are out
January.
of school.
Yeah.
That's why the gyms don't start to get busy
What
until after
about-
the
Check
following
my
week.
retiree schedule. Yeah, I'll be here.
What about the 11th? Just push it back another week?
11th is fine, January 11th.
Can we meet at the rec center? I think that's.
I won't be here either.
You'll-
What is wrong with you?
That's a
Where are you
joke.
going?
Do we pay him? Does that guy get paid? Does he get brought to-
I'm a fireman now.
Put that on
You're
there.
gonna be sick on that day, right?
No, a fireman goes to work every third day at least.
Oh, really?
Breaking ground when in January? Any time there?
I would say after the 11th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say probably the last week of January.
No, I mean, you could do it, yeah, by that time, they should be, the site should be clear, if you only.
Right.
The ground.
So the 11th is good. At least we'll get an idea of what we're up against, money-wise and planning and timing and all that.
It's the 11th for
The 11th, would you?
the breaking
I mean,
ground
for-
celebration, or?
Do you want
Everything's clear?
an evening meeting? Do you want a daytime meeting? How do you want to?
Would it be,
Proceed.
would you wanna see the site? If
I would-
everything's
I
cleared
would-
already, then we can maybe do it there.
There's
Like a
nothing there.
walkthrough.
Yeah, but
Yes.
just to stand there and
Yeah,
kind of,
visualize.
we'll see the space and give her more of a.
We'll have like a moment.
Yeah.
We'll pour
I
some
might
alcohol.
want to show
Yeah.
the site to a couple of
Yeah.
the people that are gonna give me the bids so that they know
We
what they're
can do
looking
that
at.
beforehand if you'd like.
Yeah,
but if-
because then I
if not,
won't,
we
so
can-
that I can have a better understanding, or they can have a better understanding.
Sure, you
Of
let
what
me
the
know when
needs
you
are.
can get
We
them
can provide
together
you with
and
a
bring them
PDF
and
sheet
want
of
to
the
have it
floor.
back.
That would be better.
If it's in the morning
Yeah,
or
that's what-
if it's
that's
after
what
The
I'm
work,
park
Well,
is
there's
it
usually
might
nothing
open
there.
anyway,
at
right?
1 o'clock,
At 1 o'clock?
You get confused when you
Yes,
see another
hello?
open area there.
a las 9.
At 9 a.m.? Okay, maybe I can go Saturday with
That's
one
all,
of
you
them.
stand
Yeah.
there.
That I was
Pretend
already
you're doing
talking
bench
to.
But
press
I'd
over
like
there.
to make
Or the
sure
jumping
that
jacks.
somebody who
You have a
knows
Smith
about
machine in there. See
there.
over
They can tell me
there?
where everything is gonna be.
Yeah,
We
but
could provide you with
we're
a
not there on Saturday.
You're
and I
not there.
can't, no,
No.
Juan tampoco.
He's gonna provide you a
Ni-
PDF,
a PDF of the plan sheet.
Can you make a copy of her for her?
Yeah,
A
so
full
either
size,
way, we could
full size,
print it or whatever you wish.
that way you can look at it better.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
print one out, we'll show up there, we'll orient
Right,
on site.
right.
So you go with Madam Manager on that. Keep it at the same time then.
8:30 in the morning?
7 a.m.
I'm sleeping at that.
7?
Yeah, same time, we'll do
So
6
6 o'clock?
6
yeah.
o'clock on the
We'll
11th?
meet here yeah.
Okay. On January 11th.
It's a Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Okay, not Thursday.
Okay, so by then we should have
They
some
changed the
kind,
softball game to
whatever
Wednesday.
you need on the computer, whatever me lo trae. I'll have Gotti work on it for
Mhm.
you. We'll format it and put, first order of business is this. And we'll
Yeah.
format it out and Juan can help us out and Aneri, so.
As I get the bids, I'll give them to you.
So we.
And you can
we know-
look at them?
We can go through each discipline that is
Yes.
gonna go in there.
Yes.
Alright,
Okay.
Okay,
perfect. So,
good.
great meeting. Madam Clerk, next item.
Thank you very much for all your help.
My pleasure.
Anything for good of the order? Alright, any motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Meeting adjourned.